Hello guys, Gamer Dude Tech Dude coming at you live, streaming from my own room, in my own place, on my own pad. Sorry for I am using a backdrop. Again, I don't want to be using anything that's going to show my house or anything. I don't feel too comfortable doing that. So I am considering in the future buying a green screen and setting up some kind of a studio. So anyways, before we do any kind of, I just want to do a little bit of let's talk segment. But before I do, please hit and like the subscribe button, and be sure you hit the bell notification icon so when I go live you will be notified. So anyways, welcome to my stream. I really appreciate you guys being here. So let's start off with something that I read and something that kind of annoys me a little bit. So I just learned that NASCAR, we have a track here in Fontana. NASCAR stated that they're not going to have any races at our track as of this year due to COVID. However, they are going to have all their festivities at the Daytona 500, which is coming up right around the corner, which is not too far from, I think it's like on Sunday, this coming Sunday. And even they're going to have the race in Las Vegas. Now, folks, I'm going to be blunt, but our governor here in California is a jackass. I get it. The COVID thing is a really bad thing and whatnot. I understand that. But what I don't get is how are all these other states opening up everything, and they're doing it themselves. However, I did hear that there is going to be a travel restriction that's going to be going into effect because due to the UK strain and the one that's in Africa. So I guess they're going to lock everything down, and they're going to go on from there. I don't know, maybe I'm just doing this out of frustration because, we've been all locked up in California for so long, for over a year, and it gets very annoying. It's had its moments, where it's affecting everybody. But let me know what you guys think. California. Do you think that we should do this? Do you feel the anxiety of wanting to get out? I'm sure you do, like me. Are you going stir crazy? I know I am. Do you guys feel like the governor's doing the right thing? Do you think that we should keep everything locked up? Remember a few months ago, around Thanksgiving and Christmas, so actually started Halloween, and it kind of just went downhill and the cases just got worse. So do you really think that, it's going to be a bad thing if they reopen everything up? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But thank goodness that I do have friends in Orlando, Florida. It's Pat and Tom does Disney. I like both of them because really they kept me sane, so to speak. Thank goodness that we have these streamers out there that are showing everybody Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. So much props, guys. Much props to Resort TV One, Josh and Jenna, all you guys, all the streamers out there, and quite honestly, they're putting themselves on the line because of the COVID thing, and by doing that, they're bringing us the entertainment and the excitement that they're enjoying. So that's that's pretty cool of them. They're taking up their time and doing this stuff. So Be sure to check the description of my channel. I have a link to It's Pat, and I also have a link to Tom Does Disney. Both are really, really cool people, and I really highly suggest checking them out. You won't be let down. Those guys are really cool, and they put out some really awesome content. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's see what else. Hopefully that rumor about Disneyland will happen. The one that they're thinking of reopening downtown Disney. Well, downtown Disney is already open, but they're thinking of reopening the Disneyland Main Street to allow people to go back in and dine and stuff at least. And I think they're already doing it in the California Adventure, but I'm not too sure. I'll have to read up on that. How do you guys feel about that? I think it's kind of cool. I think it's well deserved. I think we all deserve that. Also, what do you guys think about the latest news? I know there's a lot of those annual pass holders are like, grr, and, you know, they're upset and they're mad at what Disney did about that. You know, give no refunds. But of course they do have a game plan. They do have kind of a new membership coming out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How do you feel about that? Me, I don't have an annual pass, so this message is going out to those that do have one. And what do you expect? I mean, do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's bad what Disney did? You know, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I did a little video segment about this a few days ago, and from my understanding, the Disney owners did this for a reason that because they weren't getting a lot of money from the people that had the annual passes. The way they saw it, and this is, you know, what they said, the way they seen it is these annual pass holders were going to Disneyland, going to California Adventure, and they weren't really spending any money. Meaning they weren't really buying souvenirs, they weren't buying stuff that was in the park, and how they saw people that didn't have the annual pass, how they were spending more money than the annual pass holders. And, you know, I get that. That's very understandable. I'm not going to say that I agree with them or disagree with them. I'm not going to sway either way because, again, I don't have an annual pass. So it would be unfair for me to make any kind of a judgment call or, you know, side in with either side, you know, stating the, you know, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. But most certainly, Disney has always had a pretty knack for making money. They've always had a knack for spending money and making it back up. Let's face it, that's why they can so many of their actors when they do movies and stuff, because they don't want bad publicity. Most recent publicity was Gina. Gina, the pro wrestler that played in Mandalorian. Did you guys hear about that? Wow. I guess, and you know, I saw some of the statements that she made. It wasn't that bad, but I guess she took a lot of criticism on Twitter, and because of it, Disney canned her. It was, I think it was George Lucas that was involved, if I'm not mistaken. So it was like, so it kind of makes me wonder now, you know what I mean? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put you on pause here real quick. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of something. I thought I heard something outside or somebody knocking on my door. That's why I immediately put my mic on mute. I wanted to make sure that maybe I should have left it on so that way if something happened to me, you guys would have been, oh no, there's something going on. Let's see. Anyways, as I was saying, actually, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, about Gina. The the one that's been playing a Mandalorian for the part of the first and second seasons. She was taking a lot of criticism because of the comments she made, and I saw some of those comments, and whether it was inappropriate for what she did or whatnot. I kind of understand where Disney's coming from. Everything that they do, they want good quality family oriented stuff. And with that being said, they will always want that positive atmosphere, and they never want to have any negativity within the company, which is very, very understandable. So I get why they have a really strict guidelines for stuff like that, and why it's uncalled for. So, I mean, I get that. And I would have to say I back Disney up. Even though I like her, and I think she's a good character within Mandalorian. But if she's going to say things like that, she should be or actually anybody should be really selective on what they say or what they do, especially when you're a celebrity or, a sports figure or what have you. You always got to be very careful what you said or what you say and what you do and how you say it. It's just, you're like a role model. So it's, it's one of those very touchy topics. Example, look at Roseanne. What happened to her a few years ago? She got dropped for things that she said, even though that's kind of like borderline kind of a thing with me. She's a comedian, and while I don't think comedians should get off scot-free, but I think that also people need to realize they are comedians, and they don't necessarily mean it just by stating it. They do it as a part of a joke, a part of being a comedian. I just, over the years, and honestly, this is just my opinion, I just feel people need to stop having a tight ass. Honestly, I really feel that people need to stop being so serious about everything. And lately, it's been happening a lot with movie actors, with sports figures, with anybody. And, it's just, people really need to, just let loose and, once in a while, and not take things so serious. And that's the only thing that kind of, makes me think. And that's the only thing that kind of makes me like, well, what's the point of having comedians if they can't say anything? What's the point of having people out there if they can't say nothing? Look at George Carlin, one of the greatest comedians, one of my favorite comedians in the world. He was very, very blunt in what he said, and he knew it, and he didn't back down. He took all kinds of criticism. He took constructive criticism. He took left and the right pounding him. He didn't. You know what? He didn't give a shit. That's what made him good. That's why he was a good comedian. I had a lot of respect for him because he was the type of comedian that didn't back off. He used his comedy along with sarcasm, and it worked. And a lot of the stuff that he talked about made a hell of a lot of sense. It really did. Watch some of his stuff on YouTube. Look up George Carlin. He's a very, very funny guy. Same with Robin Williams, another one of my favorite comedians. Oh yeah, how can you not like Robin Williams? Very outspoken. He spoke how he felt. And that just brings me to this, to this simple fact that, what's the point of being a comedian if you can't say anything? And it's happening more and more and more every single day.
In fact, you don't even know what to say anymore around people without getting criticism. You know, you're not allowed to say anything without getting a lawsuit. You're not allowed to say anything if you lose your job. It's just getting to the point where you can't say anything, you can't do anything, and it's just really gotten to the point where, what's the point? I might as well not do anything. Why live? I mean, why go out there in the public if I can't say nothing? You know, I mean, sure, we all have a knack to say how we feel, and isn't that what freedom of speech is all about? You know, isn't freedom of speech is about saying how we feel about different things without people being butthurt? I mean, there's been a lot worse things that happen in this, you know, state and country that, you know, are far worse than what goes on today. So, I mean, we've been dealing with this shit for how many years now, and all of a sudden we want to make a change. We want to change everything. Come on. It just really gets under my skin when I see these really good comedians that were very, very funny in their own in their own way, and now they're looked down as like a piece of shit. Sorry to be blunt in this video, but I have very strong feelings about this. You know, if you're gonna be a tight ass, then you know, go into the bathroom and, you know, pucker it up a little bit. Sorry, but you know what? It's just, I don't know. To change the subject, let's see. Do I want to talk about anything tech? Oh, I got the Gambit and tested it. Or not Gambit, Gamble. What am I talking about? Gambit. What's a Gambit? I got a gimbal for my phone. Works very, very well. Videos are very, very smooth. It's a Moza MX Mini, or Moza Mini MX, excuse me. While I love it, I think it's an awesome unit. It just blows away anything else that I've ever seen. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed is I have to take off my phone case to use it. And and this is kind of like on a thin red line, kind of a borderline, kind of a review about it. I think it's a good product. Okay, I think it's a good product. The software is awesome. But the only thing I'm kind of upset about is the actual gimbal that you set the phone on. They don't make the brackets long enough. They don't extend out long enough. And I know they can do it because I have basically one of those cheap El Cheapos, and it'll take any size one. So I don't understand why they didn't take the time to construct and make it so that any phone or any tablet could fit in them. I can't comprehend. There's no logic in what they did, why they can't extend the brackets. And it kind of upsets me that they did that, because there's a reason why we all use cases for our phones, in case we drop them or in case they fall and break. So, you know, it's like, you know, do we want to risk, you know, breaking our phone into pieces because of a company that can't make the brackets extend out a little bit more? And you would think that, you know, these things go for like $98 to $100. And you would think they would put more effort into making it kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Compatible with all devices. I don't get it. If they can do it with a cheap $13 one, then why can't they do it with a $100 one? It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. Other than that, it's a great gimbal. I love it. It's awesome. If it wasn't for that barrier, you know, for not having the brackets extend, then I would have given it, you know, like 5 out of 5 stars. But the only thing, it's getting like 4.5 because of that little thing that they forgot to do. And I'm sure it does it with all gimbals. I'm sure it's not just the Moza. Leave me a comment about that below. Let me know what you think about that. And let me know if there are models out there, you know, other different gimbals out there that will take any size phone or tablet or whatnot. leave me a comment below of different models and stuff. I would like to know, or are they all pretty much the same? So that's one of the things that I wanted to tell you guys about was about that little incident that I had with the gimbal. Other than that, it's great. I mean, I did a test video in my neighborhood, and I absolutely had no jumpiness, no shakiness. The videos were very, very, very smooth. I was quite happy with it. So, with that being said, that kind of makes up for everything. And I do like all the features and all the buttons and stuff that you have on it, like the time-lapse feature and everything. And like I said, that software that they give you, the Moza Genie, it's called. That's like a wowzer right there. Hold on, guys. I hear something outside again. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that. It was a cat. There was a cat like he's like crawling around or walking around on top of my gate, and when I went in the back, he like jumped from the gate onto the trash can. It was the most funniest thing, and it freaked me out because it was dark. It's nighttime here, and it freaked me out. I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, that cat must have flew like 50 feet. I was like, "Holy crap!" So, anyhow, as I was saying, I was talking about comedians, right? Yeah, I was talking about comedians. What's this? Oh, okay, never mind. I was just looking at all these settings on here on this what do you call this thing? But I don't know. Prim. Oh well. Anyways, I can't pronounce it. So yeah, I was talking about the gimbal and what I thought about it. So I really don't have a studio in my house, so I am kind of like in a little box room right now, talking in here. It's kind of like a walk-in closet, so to speak. I'm kind of fixing it up. Put like a little chair and everything in here, and kind of do my videos in here and stuff like that. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't like posting real live video of my entire house and my surroundings outside the house and at least around this perimeter. I don't mind so much in my neighborhood, and I don't mind so much going out there and doing my videos. It's just, it's just a privacy kind of personal thing. So, and I have to respect that. So, well, I hope you can respect that as well, and I hope you don't mind. Which is why I'm looking into getting a green screen. Although no, I'm not sure where I'm going to set it up at or whatnot. Like I said, I really don't have a studio. I wish I had an extra spare room for doing this kind of stuff. It wouldn't even have to be a very big space. So I might consider that. If I get the green screen, I might consider like a corner or something with a chair, with the table and stuff. I don't know yet. Maybe like a curtain or something, or whatever. So with all the weirdos out these days, I don't like posting anything that's people are gonna stalk you or something. You just never know. It's like We live in those times now where, people just, freak out and do whatever they want now. So, oh, who's there? I did a review on the NVIDIA Shield, which is like a Android box. And believe it or not, within two or 3 weeks, I'm already up to 80 views on that thing. I was like, wow. I think it's like one of the most popular videos on my channel right now. Yeah, when I saw that, it was just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. It was just like, oh my goodness. Now, I don't know if you may or may not know, I am a gamer. Not as hardcore as I used to be. But, I play everything from Call of Duty to Destiny 2 to Battlefield. And pretty much anything and everything. I don't have a gaming PC, but I have a subscription to what's called ShadoTech. Shadow is kind of like GeForce Now. They're like like what Xbox has. Their gaming service basically allows you to stream the game from their servers. Well, ShadoTech is awesome. I mean, I can play that like on an Android box. I can play it on a Mac. I can play it on a PC. I can play it on my phone. I can play it on my tablet. Basically, I can play it on any device. And they're PC games. It's, one word, badass. I love it. It's just, awesome. I've been with them for a little over a year now. I've been quite happy with the service. I used to have GeForce Now. They started out good with GeForce Now, but then I don't like their queue times. I think their queue times are bullshit. I go on, and they won't fix it. This is an ongoing issue that I have with them. With GeForce Now, you gotta wait. Like, you're like in queue 600, and you gotta wait for it to count down before you get into the servers, and sometimes it takes 15 to 20 minutes, if not longer, to get into the game. Well, I've been trying to play Smite, and it goes down as far as 0, and then it gets me into the game, and the screen comes up. You have where you can sign in with like Facebook, Google, or whatever. So I click on sign in with the provider I want. I put in my email address, and it comes back saying browser isn't supported. And I'm just like, really? Here I have an NVIDIA Shield using an NVIDIA GeForce Now product on the NVIDIA Shield device, and you're coming back and you're telling me that the browser isn't supported. Come on, people. Come on, NVIDIA. You're better than this. Fix that shit. Come on, really. It just really irritates me, and I left them. I've tried to get in contact with them. I try to put in a trouble ticket. I try to, I can't get a hold of them. So it's just, it's very annoying. It's like, I talk to them, and they're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Valerie? Hola, ¿cómo estás?" So it just kind of really irritates me that as big as a company as NVIDIA is, and being I have one of their products, and it's like I should be able to go into their service, and I should be able to load up the game without having to have it tell me that the browser doesn't work. And the thing that sucks about it, as opposed to using Shadow, is you can't even, when you log into their server, you're locked out of everything because, let's face it, it's their server. It's GeForce Now. It's like, it's what do you call it? A game streaming service, kind of like Netflix. You basically pay like a monthly fee, and you play like any PC game on their server without having an expensive gaming server. That's basically what the service is, kind of like Netflix or whatever. And the game is Smite, and because it's an Epic, it's made by Epic Games, or they support it rather. When I tried to sign in, it tells me that the browser isn't supported, even though even though that I'm using their box. I'm using the NVIDIA Shield, the brand new NVIDIA Shield Pro 2019 version. I've got it all decked out and everything. I got an SSD, external hard drive, everything hooked up to it. And I have a GeForce Now account, and I can't sign in because it claims that the browser is not supported. And the thing of it is, you're locked out of it. That's because it's server-sided and you can't change anything. You really don't have any way to use like a different browser. You have to use whatever, is designed, or however they have the structure of the server. Yeah. So, but well, I mean, I'm with ShadowTech right now, which is awesome. With ShadowTech, it's like having a virtual PC. If you know what a VM is, a virtual machine, you literally log into it and you have a full access to a regular Windows server, and you can load up pretty much any game on it, any kind of game, anywhere, anything from Pac-Man to Donkey Kong to, to the newer stuff, Call of Duty or, Battlefield or, what have you, Destiny 2. And you literally can sign in with any device. It'll support Macintosh, PC, Android, phones, tablets. The only thing it doesn't support yet is Chromebooks, where GeForce Now, they support the Chromebook, but that's no really big deal. So, yeah, I mean, it's a really good software. I mean, I like Shadow a lot, but I haven't been gaming that much. I really haven't been gaming much. I've been mainly into doing videos and photos and stuff like this. I mean, because I know I have a knack for it. My uncle used to do this. My uncle passed a few years ago, and his biggest thing was doing photos and pictures and videos and stuff like that. So I kind of got into it, and I kind of like it. I mean, I love it a lot now. So it's like one of those things that I really enjoy doing. So that's kind of like my new hobby, I guess. And just kind of keeps my brain occupied with the weird crap that's going on in the world today. So yeah, and that's been one of the things I've been really into. Although I kind of want to get a new laptop that's kind of like geared towards gaming, but I'm not sure. You need a pretty decent job to really have a decent gaming system these days, which is the reason why that people get stuff like Shadow, because with Shadow now, you can pretty much you really don't need a gaming machine. They are the gaming machines. They have really powerful processors, a lot of memory, and a big hard drive, and a nice graphics card in these. And the really cool thing about this is that a lot of these gaming servers, like GeForce Now and the Google one, I forgot the name of it, that's kind of not doing so well now, and ShadowTech, what the really cool thing is it's required by law that they cannot use consumer hardware in these data centers. They have to be powerful systems or powerful hardware, for server-sided. So they use, I found out that that ShadowTech, they use it's like the R5000. It's like a $2,000 graphics card. And it can pretty much, it's got RTX, ray tracing, and all that stuff. So it's really it's unbelievable. It's like a $2,000 graphics card, something that we could probably never afford in our entire lifetime. So, but I've been quite happy with the service. It's been, it's been awesome. So, let's see, what else is in the news? We're supposed to get some rain, which is why I did that video earlier during the day. I took it offline. I took it off of YouTube because, again, I took too many pictures of around my house, and I kind of don't want to do that anymore. So I kind of want to limit to how many feet or how far away I am away from my house before I do anything like that. So from now on, when I do my videos or go live, it'll be near the area I live, but I won't be showing where I live, if that makes sense. It's just, and I'm doing it because of privacy reasons and because of family. I don't want to make anything, coming back on my family, because you know how people are these days. People can be weird. So maybe I'm paranoid, maybe not, but I'm playing it safe. I'm doing the right thing. So that's how I feel about it. So, yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so that when you are online and I go live like this, you'll get notified. So be sure to do that. It's a small gesture, but it really helps me out. So make sure you do that, please. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal here. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers because once I do that, then I don't need to rely on a third-party software. I can use just YouTube, which is really nice, and I would like to use YouTube. So please tell your friends about me. I am Gamer Dude Tech Dude. I am just that. I do all things tech. I do everything from talking about games to talking about tech, talking about gadgets, PCs, computers. I'm very knowledgeable on all those. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, please feel free to let me know. And I will try to answer it as best as I can. So, anyhow, let's see what else. What else is going on in my neck of the woods here? Oh yeah. So I noticed that movie theaters are kind of like becoming a thing of the past now. What was it? I think it was. What's that one called? Oh God, come on! It's on the tip of my tongue. U.S. Cinema, or something like that. I heard that they're not going to be coming back. That they filed for bankruptcy, and now all these big movie industries, the movie producers, the directors, are now turning towards places like Netflix and Prime and Disney Plus. I noticed they're using big name stars now to bring in their movies and stuff. For an example, I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Coming to America, where Eddie Murphy he's making a version 2. By the way, that movie is freaking hilarious. It's funny as hell. If you guys haven't seen Coming to America, watch it. It's very funny. Well, he's doing a new one, and they are now saying that it's going to be done on Prime. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is going to be badass. So I noticed like a lot of these movie directors and these actors and actresses, they're going towards streaming. And I think that's the way everything is going to go these days. I mean, let's face it. Of course, we like going out. We like going to the movie theaters. We like going to the drive-in. It's old school. But let's face it. We have better equipment in our own homes than they do in these theaters. And a lot of these theaters, they're not full digital. You know that they're not full HD 1080p 4K. You got to have your own equipment here, or in your house. If you want Dolby Atmos, you want 4K, you want the latest and greatest technology. A lot of these theaters don't have that, unless you go to a place like IMAX, or you go to a place that just deals with high quality video and audio systems. So a lot of people don't realize that. You're spending nowadays, by the time you spend $20 on popcorn and $20 on a drink for all you can drink, and then you spend another $20, there's like $60 on just popcorn, a soda, and a movie. Hell, you can buy 3 movies for that nowadays. You can buy 3 HD movies nowadays for the price that it would cost you for going to a movie theater. It's like, holy Christ. It's like a small fortune now. Seriously. I mean, do you guys agree? Do you think that, it's become that? So, yeah. I really think that we're pushing into a new era now, that we're going to start seeing more and more streaming uh, movies and stuff. I mean, we already are. Paramount announced that they're coming out. Peacock, they already released one. What's the other one? CBS All Access, they got theirs. So all these people that once were, you know, on the free market are now starting to charge, you know, little by little. But we got to be careful too, though. We got to be careful too, because there's a trend going on here. All these TV stations, all these networks, they all now want to brand their own type of streaming service. And if you have like 30 or 40 to 100 of those out there, and you had every one of them, it's going to be just as much as if you paid for a subscription with DirecTV or your cable service. So you really got to be careful. And let's face it, it's heading into that direction. We all knew it. We knew it 2 years ago when they were talking about this. That's why they tried to talk to the FCC guy. What's his name? I don't remember his name, but that's why they were trying to get him to back down. And you know, now the FCC says, well, hey, it's going to be a free enterprise now. It's going to be open open up globally all around the world, and then it's going to be no holds bar for everybody that wants to get on and stream. You know, for sure, we're going to do this. And now look at them. Now they're popping up all over. And, you know, now you have Apple TV Plus. Then you have what's the other one? You got HBO Max, and then it's like they'll have their own streaming service now. So you really got to be careful, and you really got to be picky who you want. I mean, for me, I've always liked Netflix. Netflix was my very first. Then I went with Amazon Prime, and they're getting better. And then I went recently with Disney Plus. So all in all, I think that comes out to like roughly $25, $30 a month. And remember, I used to pay $180, $200 a month for DirecTV service when I had their Premier package. Yeah, very expensive. I mean, I will say it was worth it. If you are gonna pay a subscription, definitely go with satellite. I had cable, well, at least for me, and it was just crap. It was junk. With satellite, it's you do have to deal with storms, though. When there's like a heavy storm, a heavy downpour, you're gonna lose your satellite signal because of the signal. That's the only thing to keep in mind. But if you have fiber, you know, like with AT&T or Google Fiber or whatnot, and you want to get a really good streaming TV service, you can go that route too. Fiber is probably, you know, the way to go. Yeah, I know, right? Well, you know, actually, when I was growing up, we used to have a lot of storms here in Riverside. It was crazy. I can remember when I was going. It was this one year. I forgot how old I was, and we live in a different part of town. I can remember that I was walking with my mom to. I don't know if you remember Alpha Beta. Back in my time, we had an Alpha Beta store. I don't even know if they're around anymore. Actually, I gotta look that up. Actually, I don't know if they even exist. But anyways, I was walking with my mom to Alpha Beta, and I can remember it was one of those electrical storms, and I looked around the corner, and I could see the lightning, you know, hitting the top of the mountain. And of course, it was Box Springs. If you're familiar with that, that's where Moreno Valley is, and there's like that foothill behind it, and there's like all these TV towers and all these different, TV towers, you know, where lightning could strike. Honestly, that scared the shit out of me when I saw that. And when you're a kid, you're just like, you know, and I went around the back side of the store, and I was like, holy crap. I went running back inside, and I think I was just all hysterical. Mom, it's thundering lightning out there. You should see, it's a light show. It's like fireworks. It was kind of funny. Which brings me, I have a story for you guys. You guys are gonna crack up. Apparently, when I went to, I know, right? It does too. Me does that still to this day. That didn't come out right. Anyways, when I went to Disneyland when I was a a toddler or a kid or a baby or whatnot. Apparently, my mom and my dad told me I cried on the carousel. My initial response was like, WTF. I was like, no, there's like no way I cried on the carousel. That's not even possible. There's no way I could have cried on that ride. No. But excuse me, but they insist I did. I was like, there's no freaking way I would have cried on that ride. That's like, how can you cry when you're sitting on a horse and the horse is fake? It's, come on. And my mom was like, well, you did. You cried on that ride. I was like, that's impossible. There's no way I could have cried on that ride. No. Apparently I did. And, my dad tells me, my mom tells me, and, I used to be embarrassed to talk about that story, but now I think it's freaking ass funny. Could you imagine the people that were standing around that area? They're like, wow, that kid is weird. He's crying on the carousel. He's crying on a horse. And it's like, how is that even possible? And I can remember there was a couple of other times. And another moment I have is when I went to Knott's Berry Farm when I was a kid. And back then, they never stamped us. They always put like these like these things around your belt. They're like, I know. Apparently, with me it was horses. It was apparently me going circles on a horse. But I don't know if you remember back in the day when these parks started introducing unlimited ride, going on the rides unlimited number of times, right? Before, they had tickets and ticket books and all this stuff. Well, Knott's Berry Farm used to have this tag that you put around on your belt. Well, Knott's Berry Farm, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, they had a petting zoo. Now, this shit's hilarious. You got to hear this. So, my mom and dad and me and my whole family went into the petting zoo. And I'm all looking around and, I think, oh, look at these cute little animals all over the place. They're so cute. And I didn't even see it. But apparently, this goat, he came up and he started eating my ticket. And I looked down and I started crying. I was like, wow, I'm going to get kicked out of the park. I don't have a ticket anymore. How am I going to go on these rides if I don't have a ticket? And and everybody in my family, they were laughing. And even the staff that was there, they were laughing. And, she came up and she was like, don't worry about anything. We'll give you another ticket. It's not a big thing. I just sat there just bawling my eyeballs out, crying because a goat ate my ticket. Why? And back then, we didn't have cameras. We didn't have internet. We didn't, well, did we have internet? We didn't have, these expensive cameras. We didn't have cell phones. And darn it, I wish I would have had video of this stuff. I would have loved to see that. I would have been like, yes. Could you imagine that? Oh, man. Well, I had some fun moments at these parks. Yeah. Speaking of which, check this out. They're going to bring back Knott's Berry Tales. How cool is that, people? Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the old Knott's Berry Farm tales where it's called Knott's Berry Tales. And it's where they had laser tag, and that's where they had the dinosaur ride. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah. Actually on that ride, on the Knott's Berry Farm Tales, my dad and me got off, my mom, and my dad goes, what is that smell? And we all knew what it was. Somebody was actually smoking weed. And they waited for these guys to get off, and they got busted. And it's like, dude, why would you smoke weed on a ride and think you could get away with it? They have infrared cameras in these places. Idiot people. Seriously. It's like, you had to know that you were going to get caught doing that. Come on, give me a break. Really? So anyways, it was sad because I used to like Knott's Berry Tales. When going to Knott's Berry Farm, one of the things that my family and me loved to do, it was kind of like a tradition, was go to the Knott's Chicken Restaurant. Awesome food. And still to this day, they still got awesome food there. It was kind of like a tradition for us. And after that, we go on the Knott's Berry Tales. And at the beginning of the ride, I don't know if you guys remember when they had the scent. They had the scent of boysenberry. Yes, at the very beginning. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but those old schoolers that used to go to Knott's Berry Farm, it had like these stack of pies, looked like boysenberry pies, and as you go in to like the carnival, because the whole thing was carnival related, and at the very beginning, it would smell like boysenberry. Oh man, I love it. I love boysenberry. Yeah, every time I go to like the Knott's Chicken restaurant, I always get the what is it? The boysenberry fruit punch, boysenberry tea, or is it boysenberry fruit punch? Oh god, I love that stuff. I mean, I could like drink gallons of that. Oh man, I miss that place. The last time I was at Knott's Berry Farm, oh man, it was a long time ago. I was pissed off because they had every ride open except for Ghost Rider, and that's the main reason I went there. I wanted to go on Ghost Rider, damn it, and it was closed. I was like, freaking hell, really? Every ride was open except for Ghost Rider. Come on, parks, make sure these rides are open for me. Just kidding. Make sure they're open for me, damn it. Yeah, I was pretty upset about that. When I went down there and I got actually free tickets, I got myself and a couple of my friends. My work, I won a raffle on something, and I won like 3 tickets. I wanted to take my parents, but they didn't want to go, so I ended up taking a couple of my best friends, and we went down there, and that was hilarious. And just before that, we went to Disneyland about a month before that, and they were pass holders. My friends that got passes for everything. They got a pass for Magic Mountain. They got a pass for Knott's, and then they had the pass for Disneyland. I was like, dude, you got like $2,000 of wrapped up in passes. How about giving me one of them? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was pretty cool. And my friend, he would always get me into like Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm or Magic or Six Flags, which used to be Magic Mountain. And he would like have when he buy a pass, he would have a free take a friend ticket. So he would take me with him. Speaking of which, I don't know if you guys heard they're making a new roller coaster. Supposedly it's going to be the fastest, the tallest coaster out there. And yes, I am an extremist. I love fast rides. I love going on fast rides like that. That's one of the things I like about Knott's Berry Farm. I remember going on the accelerator, and the first time, at Six Flags, I heard it's going to be like it's already being constructed, I think. I can't remember, but you have to look it up on the internet. I read something about it. It's supposed to be like the fastest ride in the world or something. The fastest and the tallest. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Because I thought freaking Accelerator was, pretty extreme. Until I got on the internet and I looked up this ride. I always wanted to go. I think it was at Cedar Point. I think that's where it was at. It's called the Kingda Ka. Look it up, and it's like one of the tallest accelerator rides you've ever seen. It's like a drag race, kind of a ride. You go straight up, I kid you not, and then you twist around the track, and you go to the very top, and as you go over the top and you come down, a full 300, well, not 360, I forgot the degree of angle. It's straight down. You twist. You twist like in 360 around the track as you're going straight down. It's excuse my French, it's fucking crazy. You should see it. Oh my god. Look it up. It's called Kingda Ka. It's on the internet. It's just unbelievable. I so want to go to that. I just, yeah. I saw that and my jaw dropped. And of course, we do have places like Las Vegas, where they have the Stratosphere and they got they have the coaster on the top. That shit looks scary. I mean, how many feet is that? And the coaster goes around the outside. And not to mention, they got that one ride at the Stratosphere where it kind of like reaches out like on an arm, and then you sit like in these little cars going around in a circle, even though it's slow. Honestly, that would scare the freaking daylights out of me. I mean, just imagine I'm looking down on the ground and I see like these little ant figures down there. Oh, look, ants. And I don't know how tall the stratosphere in Vegas is, but I always wanted to do that too, but I never had a chance. My folks and me always went to Las Vegas back in the day. It was like one of our vacation spots. That our main vacation places were like, and we did it every year, was Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, and Las Vegas. That was like our three main places that we like to go. So that was a lot of fun. I miss those times. But this COVID stuff, when this stuff ends, we're gonna be like so crazy when we go out. It's just like we're gonna go mad and blow all of our money, and we're gonna go to theme parks. Seriously, I could just see it right now. It's like everybody's gonna go nuts. We're gonna be like, free! We're all free! Theme park! Seriously. It's gonna happen. So, wow, almost, this is the longest stream I've ever done here. It's supposed to be like a Gamer Dude Tech, all things tech, and we're talking, well, I did state that this was gonna be Let's Talk. So that's what we're doing. We're talking about cool stuff. So, I haven't seen any of the WandaVisions on Disney Plus. I think I'm gonna like binge watch those because I heard it's pretty good. I am looking forward to The Mandalorian coming back. Like I said, I don't know if you guys heard that. What's her name? Gina. She won't be. She got fired. She got fired because she got really criticized for the things that she said on Twitter. So I think it was like Disney and George Lucas fired her, something like that. So she won't be in it anymore. And I liked her character. I thought her character was badass, honestly. It's going to be kind of sad not seeing her. And also rumor has it that we may not see Baby Yoda. And the reason being because you got to face it, he's training with Luke Skywalker right now. So, but of course that's just a rumor. We may or may not see Baby Yoda. But if we don't, we got to kind of figure that's where he's at. Because remember now, this is between Return of the Jedi and the new one, Force Awakens. So it's in between there. So the First Order hasn't really come back. Kylo Ren doesn't really exist yet. So we know from watching, like Star Wars Rebels and watching the Clone Wars, we kind of know it happened after that. Oh, everything's happening after this, or after those. So we kind of suspect that Thrawn is still alive, which is why Bo-Katan is like looking for him. And we know that Ahsoka Tano's looking for him. So we kind of I think we're going to see some type of redemption. So, because he's like a really bad villain, like really, really bad. We thought that Palpatine was bad, the Emperor, but this he's pretty much worse. He's like the general of the entire empire after it fell. So it's going to be interesting to see where Mandalorian, the third season, I heard it's going to be a pretty decent one. I heard that we may see more Ahsoka, which is, we never knew what happened to her after the Clone Wars. We knew she took off with Rex. We knew that she took the chip out of Rex, so when Order 66 happened, that she wouldn't be purged because she was a Jedi. So somehow they survived. So it's going to be interesting to see what their adventures are after, what happened in the Clone Wars. So I'm really looking forward to those stories. It's going to be very cool to see those. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. That's actually Disney Plus has come out with a lot of new stuff. They're even coming out with the old Muppet Show back from the 1977 year, people. How awesome is that? Come on, how can you not like the Muppet Show? Especially those guys that sit up in the booth and they're always like making jokes, and they're like, ha 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 ha. Those guys crack me up. They're always making jokes and stuff. They're sitting on those booths. I forgot their names. I can't remember their names. They're funny. So I'm looking forward to watching, because I was a kid when I was watching all the Muppet shows, and I used to look forward to watching that every single week. They would have the Muppet Show. So if you haven't seen any of those, be sure to check those out. They're a lot of fun. They're funny. Just like I got back into the Disney Dinosaurs, which only went for 4 seasons, which was done by Jim Henson before he died. and it was like one of the last things that he did. It was old Jim Henson, and you just gotta watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's called Dinosaurs. You know, if you haven't checked that out, it's really, really super funny. Watch it. It's hilarious. Yeah, like I said, I'm a big Jim Henson fan. Walt Disney, Charles Schultz. I'm like into the old school cartoons and all that stuff. I like that. I grew up with it, but not only that, my parents did too. So, I have a lot of respect for people like Walt Disney because you look at his animations and you got to remember he did everything by hand. He had animators that do all that stuff by hand. It's just unbelievable some of the stuff that he created, way ahead of his time. And me, I've been into 3D animation. I've been into like designing and drawing and stuff like that. I'm really into that kind of stuff because of that. And I guess that's why I'm really into Pixar Studios, because they use 3D RenderMan and all that software out there, and it's just unbelievable some of the stuff that they do now, and it's like something I've been wanting to do for my whole life. So it's really cool. It's neat seeing Walt Disney, what he did when he did Snow White and Cinderella and all that stuff, and you look at today, and you look at like John Lasseter, what he did with Pixar. We're seeing two different types of animation. It's just awesome. I love animations. I'm sorry. I'm really into that kind of stuff. So, anyways, guys, it's I feel like I can't even speak. I didn't even know what I said there. It's I've been on for an hour and 2 minutes. I think I'm gonna call it the night. It's getting kind of late. I'm about to go have me a snack, and I'm gonna go binge watch WandaVision. I'm gonna watch it right now. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a lovely night. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so that when I do go live, you'll be notified when I do. Thank you for watching my stream. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. All right, guys. See you later, Valerie. Have a good one. Have a good night, and take care. Take care, y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.